Yo, 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 what is going on YouTube? How is everybody doing? Welcome to Fear No Human and happy late Mother's Day. If you are watching this right now or even tomorrow, I hope you said Happy Mother's Day to your mother. And if you didn't, go take her out to eat, go buy her flowers. If you didn't have money on Mother's Day for flowers, get her flowers anyway, because our mothers are very important and you wouldn't be here without her. But that being said, I have 6 things that I wish I listened to my mother sooner. Number 1, save, save, save. Let me just tell you, my mother is so cheap, right? My whole childhood, we went to the thrift store. We would pick up trash off of the side of the road that other people had put out, and we took it home because it was useful to us. Anything from furniture to lawnmowers to, you know it. Like, my mom is so much of a saver that she saves the to-go containers from restaurants, not the styrofoam, the plastic, right? But this mindset, because my mom comes from poverty, right? And the mindset that she has on this save, 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 with everything from resources all the way to money, she doesn't waste anything, right? And I really wish I learned this from her way sooner, right? Because I have a whole lot more money in my savings account. I would have probably better results at my jobs, better everything, right? I've spent a lot of money on getting stuff when I could have gotten it a little bit cheaper, whether it's buying refurbished tech products or open box or used, or buying the chip that's 1 year later than the new chip, right? Going to thrift stores and just doing these things. I really wish I listened to her sooner about saving, because I literally remember growing up, all she would say, anak, which means son, save, save, save. But now here I am wishing I had listened a lot sooner. Number 2, study, study, study. Now, the Asian stereotype is very real. It's all about studying, man. I could see my friends once a month. That was my rule in high school. I could go out and see my friends once a month because I had to study and had to spend time with family. Now, that's a little bit extreme in my personal opinion, but the very concept of studying, continual learning. Now, she always said study, study, study with the point of view of schooling, which it's not just traditional schooling, you know. If I had listened to her sooner, you know, I would have gotten through all of these type of books right here, right? And I have so many more books, like everywhere across my whole library here. And if I had learned from her sooner that the concept of studying and learning every single day, and if I would have taken what she said and synthesized it to what she truly meant, which was to always learn, because I'm not in college right now. And surprisingly, she doesn't hold that against me, but she always wanted me to study, and still does, always wants me to learn. And to be honest with you, I started learning when I turned 18, right? I did a lot of schoolwork, but I was just getting through it. When instead, I wish I would have learned it a little bit better and learned more of the things I was actually interested in, because I feel like I'd be a little bit farther along by now. So these 2 things, the save, 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 and study, 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 I wish I could drill them into 14-year-old me's head. Number 3, it's absolute faith. Let me tell you something. My mom has insane faith, like the most faith out of anybody I have ever seen. We will have something bad happen to her, and instead of turning to doubt and struggle into this lower vibrational energy, she has absolute faith in God that He will see her through it. And that faith has turned into her going to church, trusting her community, and her community is giving her money and she's not even asking. She is praying so much and she has so much faith in God for what she needs because she knows she's a child of God and He will take care of her. She has absolute faith. No questions asked. She stands on it. She stands on business with her faith. She does not play about God. She does not play about her children. She has so much faith, and it is so inspiring to me. I wish I could have a fraction of the faith that my mother has, because the faith that she has gotten through the hardest times. My mom is the toughest person I know, the toughest person I have ever met. Everything that my mom has been through that I do not have the right to tell about, but hopefully she can come on this channel one day and tell her story, is absolutely amazing. She is inspiring, coming from a third world country to where she's at now. Have faith in God. Have faith in the process. Trust the plan. Trust what God has for you. Have absolute faith. The Bible says if you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. God also says, or rather God and Jesus, when He says, when you pray, believe it has already happened. That is absolute faith. That is to put in New World terms or whatever, that is manifestation, but I'm putting it under God's authority. I'm humbling myself. I'm elevating God. I'm making God the head of my life. I have absolute faith in Him because He has absolute faith in me, because He chose me for a task. He chose me for a purpose. He chose me for a passion. That is what I have. That is what is coming out of me right now as I speak to this camera alone in this room. But I have absolute faith in God and His timing and His message for me, that I can impact the world through these videos, that I can talk to you and help you, because all I am is just a brother along this journey, someone to help you, someone that I'm just speaking the stuff I wish I would have known sooner, stuff I would say to my little brother, stuff I would say to younger me. Have faith, my friend. Do not give up. Keep going. Number 4. That is forgiveness. Man, let me tell you, my mom, she is so forgiving, and it is so annoying. My parents are divorced, and my dad has done a lot of things that I don't think a father should do. And a lot of people would agree. But my mom is so forgiving of him. Always. And there are things that he does that I just, oh my gosh, I would lose it if that ever happened to me. And she always tells me to forgive him. She always tells me to spend time with him because he is my father. She is always forgiving him. She is always telling me how much she loves him despite the pain that he has put her through. And that is absolutely amazing to me. The forgiveness, to forgive someone like that, let alone the forgiveness she has for me in her heart, for all the times I didn't rise to the occasion, I wasn't the model son. She forgave me in my past and my mishaps, and all the times I got angry as a son to his mother that shouldn't happen because I'm a punk and I'm hard-headed. But my mother's tolerance and forgiveness is through this world. She is so kind, she is so loving, she is so forgiving. And in turn, the love and forgiveness she puts out, she gets back, right? Because of how forgiving my mom is to me. When my mom goes and messes up, because I've inherited her struggles from her and my father, when she messes up, I can forgive her because all of the forgiveness she has given me. And this is so amazing. This is an example of God's forgiveness to us. It's not a perfect example, but it's close. And my mother's forgiveness is so powerful, and it's so inspiring. So learn to forgive. Don't forget, I'm not telling you to be a doormat. I'm not advising being a pushover. What I'm saying is being quick to forgive. Your life will be a little bit happier because you're spending a lot less time wallowing in misery and hate and doubt and this low energy. And when you forgive, it helps you get up to this higher energy of love and peace and kindness, tranquility, enlightenment. You cannot be enlightened unless you forgive yourself and others. And that's ultimately, if you take anything out of this, anything, forgive others and forgive yourself, especially yourself. Always forgive yourself. You are worthy. You are worth it. Don't forget. Number 5, that's generosity. Generosity is an interesting thing. It's like an interesting rule of the universe. It's the more you give, the more you get. And that is so true in my mom's life. You know, my mom just put a set of tires on my car the other day, and I don't know where she got that money, but she turns around, goes to church, turns around, goes to work, and she gets more overtime, gets a raise, or something happens because my mom focuses so much on giving and giving and giving. Here's an analogy I have for it. Here's your hand, right? Now, I have this iPad in my hand. Actually, let's do this. I have this Apple Pencil in my hand, right? And I'm holding on to it. I'm clenching it and clenching it and I'm clenching it. But I really want this iPad, okay? I really want this iPad. I have to give. I have to open my hands. I have to give. This goes away, right? Now this hand is open. I have to give. And in return, my hand is open so that I can get. Now, don't give with the selfish intent of getting, but give selflessly, because knowing in return, eventually, you will be rewarded, whether it's monetarily, emotionally, healthy, right? Being generous is very important, and to be generous in a selfish way is probably one of the best feelings in the world, honestly. I got a lot of nice stuff, but I feel the best when I'm giving, when I'm providing, when I'm helping other people. You know, for me, I get a lot of happiness from giving stuff to other people, from, you know, my money, from buying people stuff, taking my girlfriend out to dinner, you know, buying my homie a gift, or, you know, showing up to my mom's house and just giving her a $100 bill, right? Because she's, at the end of the day, she's still struggling. But this generosity that my mother has is absolutely amazing, and I wish I would have gotten it from her earlier. Number 6 is organization and cleanliness. I'm gonna pair these two together, right? I'm gonna put this down. Organization and cleanliness is like so important, because your environment is a reflection of your mind. And if I were to stop, which I won't, but if I were to take this camera right now, my office is pretty organized, but some sections are cluttered, and that is a representation of my mind. You know, some aspects of my mind in some areas I have very organized, and some areas are very cluttered, and have to declutter so I have room to think. Or, in this example, you have to declutter so that you have room to clean, so that you have room to organize, so that you have room to give your items a home, whether that's mentally or in the real world. You have to have an organized mind so that you have room to think, so you can proceed with even better intentions, with even better actions. You have to be organized in your space so that you can find your mic quickly, so that you can get to your study book quickly, because all of this helps for efficiency, and you can become a much better efficient person if you are clean and if you are organized. Those two things together will help you a lot with efficiency. It'll give you the room and space you need to be fast, to be efficient, be organized, be clean, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Anyway, that is all I have for you guys. I thank you guys very much for making it to the end of the video. If you hated this video, do not subscribe and do not hit like and do not share it with anybody. And if you did like it, great. Please like it if you want to. If you don't, it's fine. And I love you guys very much. Remember, you guys are loved. You guys are worth it. You guys have limitless potential, and I believe in you guys. And thank you very much for watching my channel. See ya.